Hello. Good morning. Few things. A few things. I need music. There we go. Let me do a little sound check. Sound check. There we go. That's my mic. It's a little quiet. I will make myself louder. Hopefully that helps. Music is fine. Oh, I've got to set up, the SFX needs to be reset. Is this speaker bot? And there we go. Alright, sound effects should work if you're on Twitch. You can press the button to make sound effects. Can I do that? I got infinite channel points, right? Here. There we go. I redeemed it. Maybe I'll hear it in like 10 minutes and freak out. That would be very funny. Is it not working? What's in the queue? Nothing. Is Twitch broken? Oh, great. Well, I'll have to fix this later then. Not connected. That's not good. Twitch. Why is it not connected? What happened to Twitch? Update? No, I don't want to update. Okay, well, I guess Twitch is not working. Don't redeem channel point things. They will not go through. I'm gonna really quickly look and see if I can get this figured out. If I log out and then log back in, maybe that'll fix it. Oh, it says it's connected. Okay. Stream manager. No, nope, it disconnected again. It just seems like it's on Twitch's side, so I'm gonna say don't redeem channel points, please. Keep an eye on it. Okay. Few things to do. First, Iron Lung review. The review of the movie. Then, we'll get some D&D prep. You can already see D&D stuff happening on screen. Look at all this. Look at all this cool stuff. This is Obsidian, and I'll be going through some stuff today. Okay. Hopefully we'll add on to this. And then if we get any questions, I will answer those as well. There's a community post out. I don't think it's getting any... No questions there, so should be good. If I find time at the end and I want to stop prepping D&D stuff, which is unlikely, I might play some Magic Pre-Modern or some Hollow Knight. Okay, let's begin. Let me find us some competent music here. Okay. We're going to wait a second. I'm gonna have a drink of my slushy. Actually, I might grab some tea. Please hold. Sorry, I think my Stream Deck broke or something. Probably a problem with your internet. You should go get that checked on. Okay. I went over the weekend on Thursday, which is not the weekend, to go see the movie Iron Lung. The movie What is Ironing My Lung? Oh wait, hang on. Ironing My Lung. I was seated for sure. So seated. And this is a movie. I'm not trying to sell you on it. I'm not here to glaze the movie or whatever. This is a movie that I genuinely don't think can be described in a numeric value out of 10. So I won't. I tried. I was like, do I give it a 6 out of 10? Even though I really like it. Because I think that most people, or I think that some people just generally will hate it. Or do I forego the rating system altogether and stay true to myself? And I think the second option is probably best. Now first, the cinematography is very, very, very well done. I mean, this stuff is, you know, you can tell it's higher budget than television. Right? The shots aren't particularly simple. Okay, and you can definitely tell that there's a lot of thought put into graphically and sonically how the movie is structured. And I'm going to keep this spoiler free, by the way, so don't expect any plot points here, right? If you haven't seen the movie, you're safe. Although I don't know if you might still be able to see it in theaters. If not, you'll have to wait till it comes out on streaming. The one issue was that I think, here's my theory. I think that theaters now expect movies to be mixed for shit. Like, if you were in Oppenheimer, you know this. That's one of the movies I saw like 2 years ago. Oppenheimer's mixing was terrible. Despite being a great film, the voices are just always buried in the mix. And I think this is primarily in the theaters. I'm gonna blame it on them, even though I don't know that that's quite fair. Because halfway through the movie, the mixing of Iron Lung changed for me, right? At the start, it was kind of hard to hear people, and then it was fine for like the rest of the movie. So I think on the fly, they just adjusted something. I think that because modern movies are so poorly mixed, theaters are just guessing. Like, maybe they'll play it once at the end of the night before it comes out, and like mix on the fly what it's supposed to sound like. And I think because things have been mixed so poorly before, theaters had adjusted away from what should be the correct settings to the incorrect settings to account for poor mixing. And so when theaters played this, it was off, because this seems like it was mixed well at Warner Brothers, from what I've heard. Although, who knows if Warner Brothers is doing their shit right? I have no clue. So yeah, visually, sonically, the movie is fantastic. I think that the soundtrack is very good as well. Now, plot and pacing are different beasts, because those come down... Most people like the same kinds of music. They find the same types of music appealing, just because the way that your brain interprets different frequencies and different wavelengths of light, right? There's a reason that, like, color theory in art is so objective. Even if you have preferences about structure, we can all agree that if you put pink and green next to each other, we're going to throw ourselves out a window. Just because that's the way it is. That's like, it's so stark and shocking, right? We can agree that a minor second is really, really jarring in a way that a major fifth is not. So, let's talk plot. I'm not going to talk about the plot in spoiler terms. I'm going to talk about the plot in how I think it's done. And I think the plot is the weakest part of the movie. By plot, I don't mean the ending. The main character has significantly less... They have backstory, but we don't get it. Right? That's the one part I don't think I liked. I wish we had taken 15-20 minutes in there somewhere to explore why I should care more about the main character. And I don't know how you do that, right? Because the pacing is very important as well. So that's my one gripe. I think the acting's all great. Obviously, it's a YouTuber movie, and a YouTuber's the main star of it. So by the end of the movie, I could see straight through it. Like, there was no... Markiplier wasn't in the movie by the end of it. It was all the main character, whose name is a secret. I won't reveal it. Obviously, you know, a lot of people aren't going to be able to look past that. It's like the Nicolas Cage thing, right? When Nicolas Cage is in a movie, you see Nicolas Cage. Who else does this happen to? I think it's really just Nick Cage. Maybe, like, what's his name? Ryan Reynolds has the same kind of issue. You can tell it's him. In a way that, you know, a Tom Hanks or something, you won't be able to see it. Although even Tom Hanks, now you can really spot it because he's in so many movies. At a certain point, when the actor becomes so popular, it's very hard to dissociate them from their, you know, not acting persona, but professional persona, right? And just by nature of who he is, this movie is going to suffer the same sort of fate there. But yeah, it's a really good performance. A little bit better than the TV show he did. What was that? Sleep something. Edge of Sleep, that's it. I like that show. I didn't think his acting was, like, fantastic or anything in that show. This was leagues better. It was very good. Oh, the pacing, the thing that people really don't like. Oh, we're also going to talk about confusement, because I've heard people say it was confusing, which I didn't get, but the pacing is slow. Very slow. Especially the first half of the movie is very, very slow. And that's not bad. In fact, I think it actually... It doesn't detract from it at all. It enhances it. In my opinion. Now, here's the thing. I'm very desensitized to boredom. So I can sit for, you know, a few hours without doing anything and just be kind of fine. Which, maybe that's a problem with me that I do get bored. But typically I get bored doing things that I just don't find interesting. But if you're just sitting around, like, looking at something, I don't really mind so much. So, that's maybe me. If you're very... I don't want to be disparaging because I feel like this is a societal problem and not necessarily an individual problem. But if you have a very, very low attention span, you probably won't find this movie interesting. I don't think you'd understand. And again, that sounds really fucking stuck up of me to say you just don't get it. I don't think that the parts that resonated about the slow bit of the movie would resonate for you. So I don't think you'd enjoy it so much. So if you're in the 40% of people or whatever that really just can't sit still for an hour when, you know, things are moving at a slower pace, maybe wait till it comes on streaming, you know, because you'll get a skip forward button. Although I think you'll miss out on a lot. The back half of the movie is paced in such a way that you really miss at the end the beginning, where you're like, oh, can we just go back to the beginning? This was easier at the beginning to watch the movie. And it really is. It's like, there's no part of the movie that is trying to comfort you. It's a very uncomfortable movie to sit through, to be frank. Like, I was tense the whole movie. It was something about the sound. There's spoilers and stuff that obviously make it more tense that I can't reveal, but I was like sat up in my chair, like I was on alert. And by the end of the movie, my mouth was just hung open wide for flies and things to go in. And I have to say, I'm very impressed by that effect. There's very few movies where I am as like engaged as I was at the end of this one. You also want to go back to the start of the movie, not because you're longing for, oh, hang on, this is going to get really frustrating and annoying. Not just because you want to go back to when things were a little bit quieter or a little bit slower, but because you want to go back and pay more attention. If you're going to see this movie, you have to go pay attention. If you don't pay attention, you're going to be so confused. Now, I'm lucky that I can pay attention on accident. Sorry, I'm crinkling foil. Like, I kind of pick up on things pretty quickly, I like to imagine. Not always. And I untangle puzzles pretty fast. So this movie is very puzzly, where you're gonna sit, you know, you're gonna sit for an hour and you're gonna be putting pieces together really slowly, and then at the end, if you didn't do a good job putting the pieces together at the front, you're in for a wild ride. It's like this movie is the first half of this movie is the best part, or no, is the worst part of the best part of a drug trip, where you're like, I don't know if these are working, and it's really you're just sitting around waiting for something to happen. And then the back half of the movie is the best part of the worst part of the drug trip, where you're like, there's demons and monsters and they're coming out of your closet, but you're trying to like figure it out. That's how the movie feels. And I think it's a very valuable experience. I don't think a big studio could do this. Like, maybe a smaller horror studio could get away with it. You could get, maybe Blumhouse to do this, but I don't think it'd be as well shot. And their budgets are so bloated, being giant studios, that it just wouldn't be worth it monetarily. If you want to take a risk like this, you have to be a smaller outfit, which is very much to its benefit. On it being confusing, all of the info you need to piece together everything is in the movie. There's a few things that are like, you can speculate about, but most of it's pretty clear what's going on if you've been paying attention. Certainly if you've been on your phone or something, you're going to be lost. But like paying attention to who's speaking and when, and like keying in on the timbre of people's voices is important, because you can't always see who's speaking. understanding not just like what people are saying, but what they're trying to hint at, or what they're trying to get the main character to do is very important. It's a movie where everyone's got intentions, but no one says what those intentions are. And it's a movie with a perspective. I'm going to spoil something a little bit. This is a movie where, for I think the majority of the movie, the perspective of said movie is not a person. It is an inanimate object, a submarine. So, if any of that sounded really appealing to you, then this movie is going to be like an 8 out of 10. If that sounded awful, it's going to be like a 4 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I took a few people to go see it. I took my mom, a friend of mine, my brother, and my sister. And my brother and sister were both confused. They have trouble focusing on stuff. My friend liked it, and my mom did not like it. She said it was well shot and good, but that she didn't like it. She said it was somehow the most interesting, boring thing she's ever seen. I don't know what that means, but I think that means she gave it like a 5 out of 10. So, it's one of those movies where you see the rating, and it's like 50% or whatever on the critic score, and it's like 90% on the audience score. Those don't mean anything. It's like 50% doesn't mean the movie's 50% good or 50% bad. It means 50% of people are going to love it and 50% are going to hate it, and no one can tell why the other one is wrong. You know, it's the epitome of might not be for you, you know? Anyway, that is my review. Well done, great job. Also, the box office numbers are fucking mint, alright? I'm very happy that that a not giant studio. I've got this gripe against distributors for almost everything. There's distributors for grocery stores, for alcohol, for movies. We don't need so many middlemen, okay? We're in the age of the internet. I can email the president if I felt like it. I don't want to. It would just go to a secretary and be ignored, probably. Although I hear that emailing Congress people actually does something. It doesn't do a lot, but it does something. Okay, let's jump into D&D prep. Because I have kind of cool, nerd cool. If you're a nerd like me and you like doing math for fun, welcome to my special help. Ignore the way that this looks. Here, can I regenerate this so it looks a little bit less like phallic, I guess? This is Obsidian. Obsidian has a really notable feature in its graph view. You can see that here, where you have all your notes on the side here, and inside all of these notes you can obviously write a bunch of text, but whenever you link, so like this lower root guard links to the article for lower root, those links show up here. So let me see if I can find it. This is lower root. This is the starting city I designed for, or I'm designing for a different campaign. Excuse me, oh my gosh. I designed for a campaign called Gravestone Isle that I've not run yet. It might not run. Things are a little far out. So you can see lower root here, and then it'll be right off of this. Oh, you can also drag stuff around. It's the guard, right? Yeah, right here. So you can see that these two are linked. You can see that like lower root and Terrassia are linked. You can see what this is. I've not gone through and wrote a bunch of description because I, don't have all the time for that right now. I think I went through last time and I showed you the calendar. So up here in the top right. Oh, you decide on what day it is. It is, or what year it is. It's 2904 in the era of apocalypse. So, there you go. We've also got our 10 months here because the nerddom goes deep, and every month has the same number of days to quell my anger with our current calendar. I'm a big fan of this. Because it's not on Earth, we don't have to have leap days. You can just split it up evenly, and we don't have to go by any sort of anyone's metrics. We don't have to deal with the political ramifications of time. We can just do this. Good stuff. Alright, something that is new. If we look in here, so under locations, we've got one big article here, our base article, and this is the map, and we can scroll in and we can click on stuff. I think I got some of this done last time before I had to head out. But this is Draghill. This is where the campaign will start. My next campaign will start. Actually, my next two campaigns start here. I've got a brief thing that I ported over from World Anvil, which I'm officially off of, so good news. I've also got the ability to, if I go to people, I actually don't want to spoil something here. I can just cut that out. Jason Hagens, here we go. You've also got stat blocks you can write. Some of this might not be correct, so just a heads up. Music. I don't know everything I can put in a stat block. I don't know if I can put items and stuff in here. I have to do much more research on these what is it called? Plugin. The plugins for this they seem fine, but they're very poorly documented in my opinion. Technical writing is a skill, and most people don't get trained in it. And if you do, you're probably, I don't know. Maybe there's some technical writing D&D nerds. They write the books, I suppose. Okay, up here I've got my campaigns. This is what we're going to look at today. Specifically, Heroes of Draghill is the next campaign I know I'm starting. I'm also going to run the Crooked Moon at some point. I need to get a bunch of character sheets kind of loaded in here so I can plan more stuff. And there's a bunch of articles I probably won't show you just because I don't want to just have open spoilers out. Because there's some, I guess, some small chance now that we're going to record this. I don't know how we're going to do that, but we'll see. If that makes it to YouTube, I'll tell you about it. Okay, under players, I've got nothing yet. I think I know all the players. There's only going to be 3 of them. So let's just add that here. So we got... What am I working on today? I want to show you a cool subclass that I wrote. I think it's cool. What's her name? Okay. Odette is, I think, the name she chose. And let's copy some of this info over. I actually don't have all the info, I guess. Specifically... Okay. Class... Warlock. Some of this might change depending on what my sister, who is this character, will choose. Oh, I should do this as another heading down. Subclass. And then background. Here, I'm gonna pull up some D&D Beyond. What is her background? I think it's the Legends of Evanterus Amnesiac. I am not going to write what that is here because I don't want to just release their content on the internet, obviously. And then their subclass is the Null Patron, which is a custom subclass that I wrote. I will copy this, and let's actually... I gotta write something here so that... they don't get spoiled. Let's write like a custom classes block. Or, you know what this could be? This could be player options, and then subclasses. Warlock. New note. No, not new note. Hang on. All sorts of fucked up. Player options, subclasses, Warlock. New note. Null Patron. There we go. And now, under Heroes of Dragil, Odette. And under class, I can add, this is a hashtag. So now, I can search up here, Warlock. I guess I can search by tags. Let me set that. How do I search directly by tags? Tag. Warlock. And now, Odette will come up. That'll be useful in the future when I want to see my list of NPCs and enemies and characters to see who's Warlock and what patron do they serve. That could come in handy. You know, if I have got like 5 other Null Patron Warlock NPCs, I want to be able to pull it up quickly. Just in case. Okay, now let's jump to this. We're going to work in here just a little bit. Actually, I think most of this stream will be copying this over from D&D Beyond so that I can back this stuff all up. Because I'm becoming increasingly concerned about the stability of systems that I don't own. Just with, you know, with everything happening on the planet. If for whatever reason I don't have internet, I still want to play D&D. And for whatever reason, you know, I don't want to be too cautious. I've written so much. I don't want to lose everything I've written because I was too lazy to copy shit onto my own computer. So, I'm just going to start copying stuff in. I'll explain a little bit. I will add what I can when I can. So you draw on a portion of a hidden name. I won't include here. Magics, granting you control over null space. I am very excited about this character. So my sister built a Warlock, and now she's not very interested in... I think she's just happy to be here for most things, which I appreciate. So when she built a Warlock, first she built a fighter, and then my brother unceremoniously blew up the building with her inside of it, thinking that I would not have her die in a murderous explosion. So, there is like stuff in front of my screen. So then she switched from a fighter to a Warlock, and she didn't really get what Warlock was before picking it. I think she just looked at the fact that the icon in D&D Beyond was purple back in 2014 and was like, I love purple, and so she picked that one. And she picked the Fathomless patron, and I didn't have anything lined up for that. I was like, an Eldritch Being, I don't really know what that is. Let's just leave it in the air of you don't know who your patron is. And she's like, that's actually a good idea for the character. So the whole character's idea is that she doesn't know who she is and she's on a quest to figure out who her patron is. And I think this is a fitting patron, which is a null patron, something that is removing things, taking away memory, erasing life, erasing space and time, things like that. Now, if you plan on running anything close to this, this is way too powerful for most campaigns. The campaign I'm going to run, they're going to fight like God 3 times. So, and they're a 3-person party, so they need to be really powerful. So if you want to run this, I think the first few are probably okay. You could get away with it. By the end, the abilities become game warping enough that you definitely couldn't just run it without making serious alterations to the way you're running your game. But we'll see that. Okay. I've also broken off of the way that Warlocks normally level. Typically, Warlocks get their subclass at 3, and then they get extra abilities at 6, 10, and 14. 14 is their capstone. And then they start getting more powerful spells and things like normal. We're going to take a lot of time between leveling, and I don't want the party to get bored not having stuff to do. So I have gone through and I've made it so some of the abilities you don't fully get that ability all at once. You kind of level it up slowly, so the progression's a little bit smoother. And that way you're not having dead levels where it's like, finally we level up after 4 months of playing a game, and the level up is like, I got 5 HP and a hamburger, you know? Okay, first up, Erase Life. Your Eldritch Invocations gain the ability to erase potential life force. This one's very powerful for bosses. Once per turn, when you deal damage with an Eldritch Invocation, think like Eldritch Blast. Actually, can I zoom in a little bit? Hang on. Let me see if I can zoom in. Because it's very small for you. Maybe an appearance? Font size. Cool. I'm actually okay with boosting this for me, just so I can see it. Oh, did that change in the editor? Oh, shoot. Shoot. Darn it. Vim keybinding. Who wants Vim keybinding? Oh my gosh. Who would actually choose it? I thought we just use Vim keybinding because that's the way they set it up. People want it? No. God, VI and Vim, I'm so glad that someone invented Nano. I tanked 3 years of college with Nano before I learned that VS Code exists, so. Oh no, I tanked the second year with, or no, years 1 and 2 were with Nano on CLI, and then year 3 was Notepad++, which we found out recently might have issues. We'll see. And then year 4, because I got a job where they're like, use VS Code, what are you doing? I was like, oh, VS Code's a real thing. So I switched to that. They were definitely confused when they're like, what IDE do you use? I'm like, Nano and Notepad++. I'll use Eclipse if you have me program in Java. God, how many nights could I have saved using VS Code instead of Notepad? Man. I don't think I can change the font size everywhere. Oh, wait. I'm dumb. It did work. I was just stupid. It didn't change the size over here. Cool, we'll play the Marble Machine song. This ability's kind of broken against bosses. A thing that bosses do is heal back up to, or they just heal their HP a lot. So that technically their HP pool is related to their size, but they have more functional HP than they should at the end of the boss fight. Because for whatever reason, we can't just give bosses HP. So this curbs it a little bit. It'll come in a few times during the campaign of like, that really helped. I was gonna make it so that all invocations, not just once per turn. So if you did like 3 Eldritch Blasts, right, you'd get the HP reduction, but then you're cutting its max HP by like 50, and it's just too much. It is just too much. Okay. Erase Life is the 3rd level. Actually, wait, do you get these both at the same time? Hang on, I gotta pull up a character sheet. Duplicate. Campaigns. Dragil. Odette. My sister has not worked on this at all. Fantastic. I guess we'll do it on our next game night. Okay, you actually get Erase Life at 6th level. I don't know why it's listed first on the subclass. You get Nullification Magic at 3rd. You get Erase Life at 6th. That makes way more sense. Oh my gosh, why would you give a 3rd level character the ability to just wipe out HP? I also wrote this at like 3 in the morning, so you'll have to bear with me a little bit. Some stuff might be wrong. And now Nullification Magic, this is one of those where it levels throughout the character. You don't unlock all of your magic nullification stuff at once. In the gimmick here is you always have it prepared, so you get to be very toolboxy with this subclass. That's kind of its main feature, is you just get a lot of options for how to shut things down. Not even shut things down, but like tactically place characters and stop people from making certain actions. So you earn the spells in order at level 3 to 6. Okay. So at level 3, you are going to get, at level 3, oh my goodness. At level 3, you are going to get, why can't I make this, here, you know what? So it should be confusing. Level 3. You get, can I not, okay. Kill me, the formatting is weird. You get Misty Step, Silence, and Sleep. Or Sleep. Misty Step. Silence, and Sleep. That is very noticeable. You get a choice of these, so. At level 6. No, stop indenting. That's enough. At level 6, you get Counterspell. And yes, a lot of these are behind level. So you're getting a lot of these options later on. The one, you get this at 3rd level, so this is for free. When you level up to 6, you're getting this and something else, obviously. And is always prepared. So you don't have to go make a choice to cut these, you just get it. Which is strong. I know, but Dispel Magic. But it's gonna be worth it. And then Remove Curse. At the first levels, there's a lot of nullification type magic, like silence and sleep and all this stuff, and at the later levels, it gets a little sparse, so you're going to see some interesting choices that I had to make. At some point, I'm going to go through and write more spells that fit this theme, and I might slot those in here. Level 10. They get Banishment, Dimension Door, and Shadow of Moil, which is a 2014 rules spell. I don't know if there's a 2024 version, I've not seen it. 4, you get level 14. And this is normally where you'd get your capstone, so you're getting your capstone abilities, and you're getting... What is going on? And you're getting an option of these spells here. So we got Forbiddance, Mental Prison, and Scatter. Of all of these options, Scatter is probably the one that I would choose. But I could see someone taking, like, Mental Prison on theme. Scatter is just really fun. What is this next one? 17th? Yeah. Level 17? Do I not have a list for 20? Wait, what the heck? Oh, I'm out of order. Oh, shoot. Damn darn it. 3, 6, 10. That's fine. I clicked the wrong one for 14. These are the level 17. Might be. Level 14, you get Hold, Monster, Modify Memory, or Synaptic Static. And then 6. For level 20, you get your option of, oh geez, Etherealness, Plane Shift, and Teleport. Plane Shift. Okay. Now. So that's your nullification magic. This levels up as you go. You just get kind of stuff for free, for gravy. Hopefully this will inspire the Warlocks to use their spells a little bit more than they use their Eldritch Blast. They're probably still just going to use Eldritch Blast, let's be honest. My sister, we finished our last campaign, which is like the prelude to this one. And by the end of the fight, she's like, I don't really need to pay attention anymore. I just cast Eldritch Blast and that's the whole game. And I was like, that kind of... One, it feels kind of bad, right? And also very true. Alright, at 10th level, you get the feature Cull the Natural Order. I definitely spelled something wrong. I want to go through and fix the spelling. I probably should. I'm not going to publish this, so... 10th. You begin to break down the barriers of space, time, and the arcane. Cull space. Once per day, if you haven't used another Cull or Cull the Natural Order ability, you can use an action to Open a portal to a random location in the home plane of a creature you can see, or in a pocket dimension that creature fully controls. You must be certain of the plane or dimension. Must be certain that plane or dimension is the home of that creature or controlled by that creature, and you cannot currently be on that plane. Portal remains open for 10 minutes, no concentration required. So this is like, if an enemy is holding a bag of holding, this is like what I thought. If an enemy is holding the bag of holding, you remove the space between yourself and its pocket dimension, and you can just walk into it. Obviously that's really powerful because you can pop out of someone's bag of holding, I guess, but you know, I want to leave it open to shenanigans. If you're like fighting a fiend and you want to go to the abyss, and you find out that you can be certain that this creature comes from the abyss, you can just go. You can just go to its house. You can visit it at home. Obviously, kind of bananas. But you know, they don't have a wizard. The wizard can fucking teleport, so we gotta give the warlock something besides Eldritch Blast. Call time once per day. If you haven't used another call the natural order ability. You can use an action to have up to 3 creatures within 30 feet of you gain the effects of the haste spell for 6 seconds. This is obviously super strong. It's not as good as haste, but giving just right at the start of combat, giving 3 creatures haste, super strong. But again, these are once per day, not once per long rest, and you only get to use one of the 3 of these. So, if you want to go in someone's bag of holding, you can't give everyone haste the same day. It just does not work. And you've got Call Arcane. This one's actually fair. This one's reasonable. Once per day when a creature within 30 feet of you makes a concentration check, if you haven't used another natural order ability, you can use a reaction to give that creature disadvantage. This one is very fair. Extremely fair. Okay. I think you also get this next one at 10th level. Oh, I should have put it before. I will. This is going to make the Cull Space one make a little bit more sense. Revealed Secrets. This is also at 10th. The barriers hiding information from you begin to break down. You have advantage on investigation or perception checks. You can use the study action to determine hidden information about a target within range. Level 12, you may use this ability as a bonus action. There's actually a little bit more info here about how this ability works, so let me pull that up. This should be on the... I need to, you know, go through and figure out how this stuff is all formatted. This is a good learning experience for me. Let me quickly level them up to 10 so I can go check this out in their character sheet. See how this is actually worded. Is this an action? Yeah, it's an action. No secrets. Is this not bold? Bold. Okay. No secrets. You study a target creature. You study a target creature object within. This is not the whole ability. Hang on. There we go. You study a target creature object within 30 feet. That target makes a whiz save. On a failed save, you may learn one of the following pieces of information. I spelled that wrong. I am great at spelling, holy shit. Relevant items in the inventory. I leave a lot of the abilities, custom stuff that I write, and just with little notes like, this is up to the GM's discretion, let them choose. Obviously not everyone is running a campaign where you can just trust the GM to come up with something really cool on the fly. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty good at that. So I write it into the stuff that I make. A sentence about their backstory. Again, up to GM discretion. If you're looking for reasons not to run the subclass besides being way overpowered, this is one of them. Plane of origin. This fits into here. So the play pattern is you use no secrets to discover their plane of origin or information regarding pocket dimensions they control, or information regarding their ability to travel to different planes of existence. I'm going to add a note that's just etc. Give me a challenge here, come on. And then you could use your natural order ability to open a portal to go there. Now they do have to pass a whiz save, so it's not for free. It's not for free. This is also an action. This should be as an action. Right, so imagine you were doing an investigation and you were the null patron, warlock. And you just follow someone around and you constantly study them, like revealing more information about this character just by like tapping into their arcane. I think that's a pretty cool concept. Obviously there'd be stealth and things involved with not getting caught. And I hadn't even thought about this. You can make a really competent investigator character at higher level if you multi-class rogue in this. Maybe even too powerful. Not that investigation's gonna be a huge theme for a lot of people, you know, past level 5. I guess past level 7. I guess 7's reasonable still. When characters are not just like gods flying around. Okay. Here's where things get bananas. The capstone for this is incredibly busted. It's not incredibly. This might be way too busted. All of this together is going to lead to a godlike character that, if you're a DM, you're probably not going to be able to stop super easily without throwing multiple super powerful beings at them, so we'll see. Maybe this isn't too strong. Maybe I'm overreacting. I've never run a above level 10, so I don't know. Dissolve comprehension. 14th, your presence dissolves creatures' understanding of the world around them. So you get to choose one of the following. I don't know. What is this? It's 4, this should be 3? Wait. What is this? How many headings is this? I'm confusion. Hang on. Nullification magic. This should be at here. Okay. There's just some minor formatting stuff. Now dissolve comprehension. 14th level. You have arcane nullification, which gives you the ability fading light. Oh my gosh, that was strange. Flickering focus. Wait, how is this laid out? So arcane, no, dissolve comprehension, and then arcane nullification. Oh, right. Fading light is your second ability. Then you've got flickering focus. And then you've got incongruent space-time. Cool. Cool. This makes a lot more sense. Okay. And then you get to choose one of these at 16th, 18th, and 20th. So you get to pick one when you first level up to 14, and then you get to continue leveling this ability up later. Level ups like this are a theme in the campaign as well. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. Okay, first, probably the strongest, Arcane Nullification. Enemies who are entirely within 10 feet of you cannot cast spells. So if you're a large or smaller creature and you're right next to a Null Patron who is level 14 to 20, expect to not cast spells. This is very strong. The reason I have this criteria here is because, or entirely within 10 feet of you, is because a lot of the creatures they're going to be fighting are going to be on the scale of like gargantuan. So, you know, obviously those creatures are not going to be affected, but their minions might, which will give them a fighting chance, you know? We've got Fading Light. You diminish the will of those around you. And you get the ability Fading Light. Twice per short rest whenever a creature makes a con save. Throw? A con save or a saving throw to resist the incapacitated, stunned, unconscious, or exhaustion conditions within range. You may have them make the saving throw at disadvantage. You can only use this ability once per round. So, you get 2 uses of these. It doesn't use your reaction. A lot of the abilities that I set up are reaction heavy, so I don't want to just eat up the reaction slot for my subclass. So we need to specify you can only use this once per round as if it were your reaction, but you don't actually spend your reaction. We've got Flickering Focus. Enemies near you struggle to focus. Fading Consciousness. When a creature within 60 feet, make a concentration saving throw. You can use your reaction to invoke one of the following effects. You can use this feature once per long rest. Creature automatically fails the saving throw. Has disadvantage on the saving throw. If it fails, it's slowed till its next turn. This is strong. Increase the DC of the saving throw by 5. If it fails, it takes psychic damage equal to your charisma modifier. This one's fine. It's a little bit weak. Obviously, you just start with a fail, and then the ability gets weaker as you run out of magic. Oh, you only get to use this once per long rest? I should change this to be 3 times. I want to have it so it's like the other null ability, where you get one of these. I don't know. You can grant space bends to your whim. Once per short rest, when a creature ends its turn within 30 feet of you, you may spend your reaction to choose an unoccupied space within 30 feet of you. That creature can move in that space, ground for walking speed, etc. It's teleported there. So just once per short rest, you get to point at a spot and go, you're over there now. Which I thought is fun. That one's probably not super strong. I'm sure you could use it to some, you know, if you cast Flying a creature, and then you teleport it 30 feet into the air, and then you drop concentration on fly. That's funny, and I'm gonna let it happen because I think that's really funny. That's the only reason. I hadn't thought about that till just now, that you could cast fly on something, teleport it into the air, and then drop concentration. That's good. I hope they use that. I hope they figure that out. There are all sorts of times where I'll like look through their character sheets and I'll be like, oh, they can cast this and this and this, and they've got these abilities, and if I give them this magic item, they can chain together this combo to like one-shot a boss or something, and they never do it. They never figure it out. So I feel like I might be safe just leaving it to give them the combo. You want to drop something 30 feet? Go ahead. The real it had to end its turn within 30 feet. I guess if you could expand the radius or the range of this, that might be fun. Give them the ability to expand the range of these spells. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's their subclass. It was actually a lot simpler than I thought. I thought it would take me like a week to write this, but it only took me a night. I think I did okay. Oh, you also get Null Zone, which is a spell. Let me add this. Player options, new folder, spells. I'm pretty proud of this spell. I'm actually proud of a lot of the custom stuff that I've written. One of my favorite things is just to modify board games and like come up with new rules. I'm a big fan of like, I don't know if you've ever seen it. I'm on there a lot. The Custom Magic subreddit, where people just make custom Magic the Gathering cards. I fucking love that. It's so cool, and people are so creative. And I like when I can be creative too, and so I go on there a lot. I do the same thing on D&D Beyond, although not under my soup alias, as I've come to be known, just under my own name. And this one has not been posted, so I can share it. Neither of these have. I've only ever posted, I think, 2 things, one of which was a spell and the other was a magic item. Okay. Spells, new note. It's called Null Zone. I don't know how strong it is, so we'll see. Nope. Level. Second level. No. Casting time is 1 action. The range is 60 feet. And it's a 10-foot cube. Components, verbal, somatic. The duration is 5 minutes. School is transmutation, I think that's how you spell it, yeah. Attack save none, damage effect none. Okay. And then description, and I can just copy this. You call upon the whim of nothingness to remove a physical space from existence. For the duration, a 10-foot by 10-foot cube is treated as if it does not exist. Objects and creatures present in the space, when the spell is cast, are forced out in random directions. Objects and creatures may travel through the space as if all of its borders are adjacent. The spell cannot be cast in a region if that region is completely inside another creature. Terrain, floor, wall, ceiling, ground, etc. Is not forced out of the space, and what is or isn't treated as such is left to DM discretion. This is another one of the areas where I'm like, just have the DM figure it out. At higher levels, the area of effect of the spell increases by 5 for each level used to cast it beyond the second. So at 3rd level, you get 15 by 15, and by the end of the game, shit is broken. How big is the region by the end of the game? I didn't check. 20 minus 2, it's 18 times 5 plus 10, 100 by 100 foot area. That might be a lot. That's very funny, though. You just get to point to a space and just go, it doesn't exist. And everything gets blown out. That's really, really interesting. I don't know how this would work in a 10-foot. Okay, there's a whole. let's explore this a little bit. It's gonna be really loud. No. If you cast this in a 100 or a 10-foot by 10-foot enclosed box with no doors or windows or anything, it's just it's enclosed space. But you're in the middle of a mountain and you find a 10-foot by 10-foot cube and you cast a spell inside of it. What happens? This is probably why this spell has not existed before, because there's a weird edge case where you break the universe. I'm just gonna hope it doesn't happen. I know it could happen. I'm planning on running things in enclosed spaces from time to time. And if you just completely null an enclosed, like, boss arena, I don't know what to do about that. Maybe I force... Oh, I guess here's the catch on it, right? Let me lecture you with MS Paint. So you're in a 10-foot by 10-foot box. There's a gnat on my screen for some reason. Go away, gnat. Go away. Go back to, I don't know where you came from, the sink or something. I just cleaned, like, a ton. I don't know where the gnat came from. Anyway. Got a 10-foot by 10-foot cube that you're operating in, right? You and all your buddies are in here, you're chumming it up, right? And then someone casts Null Zone in this space. And that gnat is back. Go away. Go away. Be free. Someone casts Null Zone in this space. And you get forced out of the null space or in directions, because you can't have people... The thing I discovered is that you can't have people just hiding inside of a null zone like this, right? Otherwise, they'd be impossible to kill. But if you're gonna force... Oh, no, make that red. What's up, Kenzie? How's it going? If you're gonna force these people out in random directions... Oh, that's really tiny. If you're gonna force these people out in random directions, did they just get crushed into the wall? I guess if you're in here and you force everything out in random directions, you also get crushed. Because all of the outside walls of this are treated as if they're adjacent. I'm doing okay. As if they're adjacent. So you'd get pushed out into the wall, which would push you back into the null zone, which would push you into this wall. So you just get instantly crushed. Yeah, that's funny. I'll leave it. That's cool. Okay. Ozone level, casting time, range duration. Cool. Now, if I go back to the null patron, I can give them a link to go to this null zone spell. Right. That goes to the null zone spell. And now, if we look here, we've got our player options, which are null patron, null zone, and a character, Odette. Now I don't know enough about the other characters just yet to really, I guess I can put them on this list. Got one, we've got Hank. Actually, I do know a little bit about them. Oh, I need their species as well. And then we've got, what is her name? What is her name? No. Campaigns. There we go. D&D Beyond is a maze they want you to get lost in, I swear. Ripley. What's that? Oh, like Ripley from Alien? Is that what she's referencing? I don't know. This is my friend is running this character. Let me just, I guess, copy this stuff over, and we'll see. Their class is going to be a barbarian. I don't know what their subclass is. I'll figure it out. And I also don't know their background. They picked criminal. I think we're just going to have to change it. Because that is not at all what their character is like. Thank you, Kenzie. I appreciate it. Features. Okay, they picked Path of the Storm Herald as their subclass, which is fitting. And then we need their species as well. Class, subclass. Subclass go under class if I just give it an extra. I've already done that. I'm a genius. Species. Oh. Species. They are a half orc, half tiefling. I need to figure out how this is gonna work mechanically. Because tieflings and orcs are mechanically, or tieflings and half-orcs are very mechanically expansive, you know? And if I give them both, it feels like it's gonna be... Well, I guess let's explore that now. Player options, new folder, species. I guess I could go like half and half, right? There we go, half. New note, it'll be half orc, half tiefling? How do I spell this? Tiefling? There we go. I guess this will be a species variant of tiefling. Right, because half orcs aren't in the core rules yet. Right, they're in the 2014 core rules, so I'll take the tiefling core rules from 24 and I'll add half orc stuff to them. That should be what we want. How long have I been streaming? I think 2 years now. Yes, 2 years and a few months. Okay. Sorry, I'm also building this in D&D Beyond. So I've got the name here. This is version 1. Description I will write in just a moment. I want to mechanically figure out what this is before I describe it. Oh, I need to write something. I will just pen in nonsense. Oh my gosh, something is under my keyboard and it's freaking me out. Here, I will even add description. My caps lock is on. Description. And I penned in nothing because I'm an adult. Species group is going to be tiefling. Is variant. It's a variant species instead of a species option. Do I want it as a species option or what? I don't know. Do I have Insta or Discord? I have Instagram professionally as a streamer. I do not have Discord, no. Or if you have anything professionally to send me, you can send it to my email. I think it's listed on YouTube. I don't advertise that ever because I don't get professional correspondence really, but... What happened to my D&D Beyond window? There we go. I'm just going to create without the variant option. We'll see what happens. I'm interested in that. Add a species option trait. Okay. I will need to look at what Tiefling has because it said it would use Tiefling as a template and then didn't do that. Which is cool. Maybe I'll just look at the orc stuff first. Species do I have access to? With orc. There we go. Okay. I like a few things here. Obviously size is, or what is it? Creature type? Snippet. Be humanoid, correct? Humanoid. Feature type granted. Character level, I don't think that's really what this does. Place base species trait. I don't know how this works at all. I guess I will add this, and then I'll see what this looks like. If you've never used it, the D&D Beyond interface is really bad. The backend creator interface is very, very upsetting. What do I usually stream about? I usually stream games. Like Hollow Knight or Elden Ring, things along those lines. Occasionally I branch out to like more horror games. I've been streaming a lot of some coding games recently and some D&D prep recently because I am very busy. And I need to be doing this stuff anyway, so I might as well stream it, talk about it. What was I on about? Oh yeah, I want to see what this looks like in in D&D Beyond, just so I can get a feel for what my changes are actually doing. So my homebrew, I wish I could show you this, but my name does show up quite a few times on my D&D Beyond page, and I don't want to share that info. At least not right now. Okay, parent species is Tiefling. So, okay, here's what I can do. I can go to their character and make changes. Because they've not done a whole lot on their character sheet yet. Because they were waiting for me to do some of this stuff. They haven't picked their abilities, right? I guess they did. Let me take a picture of this for them so that they don't forget it. There we go. Whoop. 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 They didn't take any equipment or anything. No. Species background. And then I don't want to edit any of their barbarian features, so I hope this doesn't change that. It shouldn't. It should not. Ability score improvement. Did they just pick ability score improvement? No, they picked medium armor master. Which is rad. What other choices do they have? Instinctive powers. Storm Aura, they pick C. That is cool. Their weapon mastery is a great axe. Oh, they've also got battle axe. That's cool. And then animal handling, athletics. Cool. I think that should be fine. Let's jump back to species here. I know you can't see this. I'm very sorry, everyone. I can't show you my D&D Beyond. It won't even let me change my name. Quite annoying. Okay. Change species. Tiefling. Homebrew, half orc, half tiefling. Okay. You're humanoid. Okay, I don't need to give them another creature type because they've already got it. Good to know. Cancel. So I'm going to delete this. So what does need to change here? Me? I don't fucking know. Humanoid, size, medium or small. Speed is 30 feet. Dark vision. Fiendish legacy. The question is what I want to replace, right? Maybe I just give them a +2 for the orc. For the orc, what if I just give them... Instead of otherworldly presence, I give them intimidating presence, and I just give them advantage on intimidation checks and a +2 to strength. That'd probably be fine. That's probably all the change that really need to have the flavor, you know? Like, if we put too much salt in the dish, it's gonna be fucking salty. So we gotta aim for less salt. Okay, I will change that. Because I think they're shooting for more tiefling than orc. Okay, add species option trait. Let me make sure I'm spelling these words correctly. I probably am not. I did spell this one right. I spelled every word right. That's very good. +2 to strength is fair, right? I mean, it's very strong, but it's probably okay. I think we'll live. They end up with like a 22 in strength. It's fine. They're gonna fight God and die, so we'll see what happens. Okay, feature type granted. Species trait to replace. Replace otherworldly presence. Red character level, no. Yes, is called out. True. Here's where I can just write the description. Oh, no, hang on. Your presence overwhelms. Others. Presence overwhelms others. How do I say, like, people are afraid of you because they should be? Your stature, and visage overwhelms others. So, like, you look like a buff demon is the subtext. The subtext is you look like a buff demon. Stature, and I did not spell stature correctly. Come on. Did I spell stature correctly? Why does this word look so weird? Okay. Stature and visage overwhelms others. An advantage on intimidation checks. +2 to your strength score, which is a +1 modifier. Cool, save. Options, modifiers. Okay, add modifier. Modifier type. advantage. No, not ability score. Advantage, intimidation. There we go. Save. And then what else is it? I guess just another modifier, right? Just 2 flat modifiers. You get a bonus. This is a set base. A bonus. Strength score. Fixed value 2. So you get a +2 bonus to your strength score, just flat out for being this. This is I stole that from the half orc class in 2014. The intimidation thing, I think I domed that one, but we'll see. All right, let me see if I can change their speed, dark vision, fiendish legacy, languages, intimidating presence. You get an advantage on intimidation +2 to your strength score. Okay, let's see if that actually shows up. If I go to the character sheet, do we get it? I don't know. Intimidation, advantage, dope, and then your strength score is a 17, which I think means it got a +2. If I go to abilities, strength 15, bonus half orc tiefling +2. Cool, I did everything right. I did everything correct. I am a genius and a saint, and I think I should be given a medal and an award for whatever I did. Probably something good. Do I have? Yeah, there we go. Cool. Let's write some description here, okay? What should the description be? It should be something funny to match tieflings, because tieflings are kind of goofy. And then something, it should be like goofy and dim for like orc tiefling, I think. Obviously, not all tieflings and orcs are goofy and dim, but the description should reflect the stereotype. Because people will be able to shorthand what you're going for. Description. Somewhere along the line. A tiefling. A tiefling and an orc loved each other too much and created you. Oh my god, this seems mean. This seems too mean. Am I allowed to put this up on D&D Beyond? Probably not. It's like verbatim the tiefling class or whatever, right? With a small change. So the teacher doesn't realize I'm stealing. I'm drinking a slushy. Pretty stoked on that. Is this tea ready? Can I drink this? Hang on. Uh-oh, I dropped the straw in my mug. Or my bottle. There we go. I got this dope-ass water bottle from Legends of Evantress shop. Shout out to Legends of Evantress shop. I'm not sponsored, and this is not an ad, but this very high-quality Stardust Rhapsody water bottle has been treating me well, and I very much appreciate it. Obviously, I got it. I paid my own money for it, right? I didn't send it to me. But if Legends of Evantress wants to send me anything, I will give you glowing reviews. Because I was going to buy your stuff anyway. Alright. The Tiefling and an Orc loved each other too much and created you. Because of that eventful night, you have the genetic propensity for both the arcane and punching things in the face. Sure, wherever they are, wherever they are, okay, here we go. This is fantastic. Excellent writing on behalf of, or by yours truly, Soup Setting. Somewhere along the line, a tiefling and an orc loved each other too much and created you. Because of that eventful night, you have a genetic propensity for both the arcane and punching things in the face. I'm sure... Hang on. I'm sure, wherever they are, your parents are very worried about the trouble you've gotten yourself into. I mean... As for looks, take a guess. You're probably I'm just gonna write this really sarcastic. I think it'll be funny. You're probably the buffest demon. Any comer has seen and lived to tell the tale. No, I won't write the rest of that. The rest of what I was gonna say is gonna be way too mean. That was gonna be very, very rude. Okay. This is not how tail is spelled. I'm gonna leave it like that because tieflings have tails. There we go. Can't leave them guessing. Okay, I'm gonna save this. And I'm not gonna copy all of the tiefling stuff into here because that just feels like stealing, so I will copy over what I added. Which is intimidating presence. This replaces otherworldly presence. How do I do italics? Can I just control I? Yeah. There we go. Oh, I definitely put the wrong your here. This is supposed to be possessive. Your stature and visage overwhelms others. You gain an advantage on intimidation checks. You gain a +2 to your strength score. Cool. I think that's fine. Let me add just a little note here in italics. This is a tiefling variant. There we go. I think that's good enough. Good enough for government work. And I can now add this to their character sheet. And we'll see what they make of it. Species, change species. From homebrew. Oh, they need to change off of it, right? No, I don't want to change. I'll change it back to tiefling because that's closest. Firm. And then we change it back to half-orc tiefling. And then they'll go back through and pick some stuff, but that's fine. they could start off like a +4 strength, which is bananas, but very cool. They're starting at level 7, so obviously they can get a +4 in strength. They could have a +5 in strength, I think. Okay. That is fine there. Now, what do I want to do next? Wait here a moment. Okay, actually, we're gonna take a quick, like, probably 5-10 minute break. And then I'll be back and we'll talk about magic items. Because that's another big focus of this campaign. So we'll be right back. I'm returned. Okay, here I've got 2 item cards that I made. Let's focus for now on why I'm holding these item cards. Why did the chat reset when I went to the bathroom? I have no clue. Okay. Let me add a new folder. I'm just going to name this Mechanics and Gimmicks. Is Gimmicks with a K? I think so. Right? Gimmicks with a K? Sure. First, starting magic items. Why? 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 There's a few reasons. One, I want my players to feel powerful. Players should feel powerful. Players should have a lot of options. Let's actually make this a sub-category here. Subcategory. Players should have a lot of options. Players should have an identity. They should feel unique. An identity. Okay. Why else? Why else? Magic items can drive the story. Okay, so magic items drive the story when they're tied to character backstory, when they're tied to character growth, growth, and when they're tied to plot progression. It's all fun and games until the ranger who carries a small wooden fetish around tied to their bow realizes that the hidden door that they found at the back of a tomb can only be unlocked by inserting that wooden fetish into a slot on the door. You know? Stuff like that. Where they realize, oh, the items I have in my possession, the things that I've been granted, or the things that I came into the story with, are necessary to continue. Clearly, I, the character, am bound by fate to whatever's going on. That does a few things. One, that motivates players to insert themselves into the story more. When they're doing that, it's less like the DM is sitting in the driver's seat and going, okay, well, now you think that you should probably go fight those goblins over there, and more like, you know, Hank the half-orc gets out of bed and goes, let's go fuck up the goblins, right? That's what we want. We want the characters to go drive the story, and to do that, you need to have every part of that character feel very included in what you're doing. Let me just draw something else again. For my characters, let's go back to players. New folder. Actually, you know, I'll drop magic items under player options and I'll link them to the characters here. New folder? Yeah, new folder. For my characters, I'm going to do something a little bit unique that I've never seen anyone do with magic items, which is I am going to tie each magic item. And two of these I already have, you know, two of these have already been given to players and they've gone through parts of a campaign with these, or parts of the previous, you know, introductory prologue to this next campaign with these items. The third one I'm going to give to someone who's just coming into the campaign, so we'll see. But they've already built up a little bit of a relationship with these items, some more so than others. And I want to see what happens if I change the game and I make their items tied to different aspects of the campaign. So go to magic items. I'm going to add 3 new notes. I don't know what one of these... Actually, I think I know the name of it, but I'm going to consult this player this weekend to see what they think. Because I'm not doing this alone, I'm doing this in conjunction with my players, obviously. Sorry. I should deal something really quick. The first is called the orbital socket. And I think I really cooked here. I do think I really cooked here. This is a... can I italicize? It is a legendary... wondrous item. If I could fucking spell it, that'd be great. A legendary wondrous item. This requires attunement. And I'm copying this off my spell card. This is not going to be in D&D Beyond just yet. I need to figure out how all of the mechanics of this work before I can add it. It might be mechanically unique enough that I can't add it to D&D Beyond, which will be fun. I'll have to track that in paper. Or here in Obsidian. You know what, let me actually pull up D&D Beyond. I have the prologue version of this item already written out. So this is going to be a big thing in the campaign as well. The difference between the prologue characters and the Tranchian version characters, because they were originally in Faerun, and then there was some magic surrounding this item in particular that allowed them to travel to a completely different universe. Because you got a retcon somehow, and this really wasn't a retcon. This was like, we're doing multiversal travel now, and they're going to have to deal with the repercussions of that. I think it's going to be very fun. Perhaps even meeting some multiversal versions of themselves. I'm excited about that. All right, homebrew creations. Okay, let's jump back to Brain Age music. Do I have Brain Age 1 music? I think so. Okay, orbital socket. There we go. Oh, I need to add requires attunement up here. That's my bad. My B. Requires attunement. There we go. Attunement. Attunement. There we go. If you can't tell, I have a lot of trouble spelling. It's been like this since I was a child. There's not much I can do about it. Okay, the orbital socket is a fist-sized gold pendant crafted to resemble eyelids covering an empty eye socket. I will reveal this at some point to be the symbol of her patron. That'll be cool. I'm excited for that. Okay, certain items can be inserted into the socket for varying effect. What items might be inserted and what the resulting effects are left up to GM discretion with player input. This is an opportunity, if I could fucking spell the word right. Opportunity for GMs and players to customize and deploy this item in a way that makes sense for your campaign, which I should spell correctly, and your table. In our prologue, adventure, campaign, whatever, I ran the... What is it called again? The Dragon of Icespire Peak, I think it is. And in that, if you've never seen it, spoilers, you go up to a place called Icespire Hold and you kill a dragon called Corvain. And it's revealed to this warlock at some point that the way to discover who her patron is to take the eye of Corvain and place it into this socket, which opens a portal to a, new dimension or new universe, right? And that's how they end up in the new universe to go on this adventure. So that's the kind of thing I'm thinking of, where this item cares about the loot that you get along the adventure, and like search through the loot, see if there's any of these, they're not focuses, but I'll call them like eyes of something. that you can put into this pendant to get different magic effects. Whether that's, you know, giving the warlock the ability to use like bardic inspiration or something that they shouldn't be able to use, cool stuff like that. Kind of almost like spell scrolls for wizards, but as a magic item. And so it kind of levels up in that way. It's not quite as explicit as the other two are going to be, where they literally do level up. But I also don't know if this character is going to stay around, because my sister who plays Odette is going... oh, this is Odette's magic item, by the way. My sister who plays Odette is going away for school, so we'll see what happens. There's a non-zero chance that this item does not get used until much, much later in the campaign. Okay. And then it does some innate magic stuff, which I will display for you now. This item has 6 charges that reset at the start of each week at midnight. As an action, you may spend a number of charges on the following. These do not require the sock to be filled. So with the socket empty, you can do any of these. Just because I knew I was only going to give her the one at the end of the campaign, at the end of the adventure, and it'd be weird to give someone a magic item that just did nothing until the very end, so I gave it this stuff. I don't think she used... Maybe she used the benign transposition once. But she was like, yeah, but Eldritch Blast is way cooler than moving stuff around. So this... Sorry. My hair was tangled. This kind of fits the theme of, like, removing space, removing... In this case, Arcane Lock. I might change that to be, like, Sleep or Silence. Actually, Arcane Lock, you don't really get that with anything else that I've given her. Arcane Lock, you cast Arcane Lock, you know, you get to undo, you get to remove the lock, you get to nullify the enchantment that's locking something. Benign Transposition, these two, I stole these. These are from 3.5. Benign and Baleful Transposition. If you're a DM and you're like looking for inspiration, look up the effect you want, and they're probably in other editions, and if they're not, just go steal from the other editions. They're really cool. Benign Transposition, you spend a charge, you pick 2 willing creatures and they swap places. Baleful is you can pick any 2 creatures, which includes enemies. So the first one you have to pick 2 willing creatures, which will likely be allies, and then the other one is just, no, you're moving, you're switching. Be in different places. And then Arcane Gate, which just lets you pick a spot and pick another spot, and then create a portal between the 2 areas. Okay. So this is the magic item as it is right now, and my plan is to make significant changes, or at least come up with different eyes that I could give the item. I think this item is actually pretty cooked on its own right now, or well cooked. I guess cooked is a different word. It's pretty well cooked right now. I feel like I did well with the balance of this. The subclass is where this gets cuckoo bananas, and then the other players are playing more tame classes and subclasses, and their items are going to be more cuckoo bananas. Just to give a little spice. Next. Living Flame Soul. I am going to actually change the name of this, I think. Because we're moving away from fire for this character. He's changing his class, he's changing up what he's focused on. Which makes sense because, you know, we've got our one character who is searching for a patron in this place, and the other character who's like just going along because they're good friends. And so I'd say that one of those characters would change significantly more, not, you know, not at least being called to this place, right? Like, Hank is not necessarily meant to exist on this plane of existence, or in this dimension. Wait. When I hit the Brain Age 1 button, why is it playing Celeste music? Weird, I didn't even notice. Okay. This attunement spelled wrong. What? Oh, Living Flame requires attunement. It gets a specific ability called Living Flame that requires attunement. The rest of the sword does not. Weapon, simple or martial. In this case, it's a longsword. Living Flame Soul has one charge that resets each morning at sunrise. +1 to attack rolls and damage made to this weapon. It's a +1 weapon. You're gonna notice this is very strong. When you hit a dragon with this weapon, the dragon takes an extra 3d6 slashing damage. For the purpose of this dragon refers to any creature with the dragon type, including dragon, turtles, wyverns. This is the Dragon Slayer sword, the Dragon Bane sword from 5e, or from, yeah, 5e 2014. That I just stole the text box off of, because Hank, my brother, on their adventure, took the Dragon Slayer sword and combined it with a different enchanted weapon that I think I probably pulled it from a book or something that I can't remember now. Need a creature with a weapon, it takes an extra 1d6 fire damage. And then, obviously, Living Flame, that ability that was referenced. May spend a charge as a bonus action to summon a pseudo dragon familiar. This will change. Certainly. We're gonna need 2 more versions of this. So my idea is that in Faerun, this is the way the weapon works. And then when you move to the Grand Plateau, or when he moves to the Grand Plateau, the sword will be put in a depleted state where he cannot summon. This enchantment is basically just does not function correctly. We will see. Let's see. And then the next item, I've not really cooked this one at all. I haven't done anything. Anything more than ideate. This is for Ripley's character. Ripley was not in the prologue, so I don't know the specifics on any of this. I think I'm going to call it Homeward Bound. If they're okay with it. Homeward Bound. This will be a wondrous item. Requires attunement. And it is finely crafted wooden compass. We talked about it for a few hours last session, or last game night, and what we came up with is that Ripley would be a character who was from this area in the Outer Isles, like out here, and then got lost at sea and ends up here in Draghill. Like, maybe they found themselves, like, up the strait and this area flooded or something. I could certainly work that into the lore. I think I've actually got some ideas for how to do that, so I think that's pretty exciting. Look at how everything connects. I actually don't know where the new player stuff I just added. The null patron is here, which is Odette, who is... Oh, just over here for some reason. That was weird. Okay, this song is kind of driving me up the wall. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Why did it do that? I pressed the wrong button. That's why I did that. Do I have... Huh. We can play the cyber-based song again. I like this song. I'm starting to get a little bit tired. Okay. They're doing. I think I was working on this. Okay. I finally crafted a wooden compass. Sure. That always points. For now, I'm going to say home. Wait. Why is this red? Home. Yeah, I need to adjust what this says at some point. How can I make this more... So, in my head, I guess I was thinking of the compass from Pirates of the Caribbean. Is what I was thinking. Finally crafted sphere of glass. Trapped in a cage of wood. Trapped in a wooden cage. Okay. Now I'm thinking that this is going to be more like the, what are those called? One Piece. A log pose. So there are items in One Piece called eternal poses. That's exactly what I'm imagining. But the compass is not held by a string, it's floating magically inside. Meaning that you could tip this at odd angles and the needle would always point you back home. Without specifying too much. And then the the base mode that it would have. The base mode it would have. Brain? Oh, brain. Okay, that's what I think this is gonna be. What do I want to call it? I'll figure out a name in a second. So as a bonus action, you can speak a command word. Transform the outer cage of the compass into +1 weapon in which you are proficient. Attacks made with that weapon have +1 to hit and +1 to damage. So it's a +1 magic weapon. +1 to hit and a +1 to damage. Or transform into the compass. So you have your compass, you speak a word, and the outside of it transforms into a weapon, which I think is cool. And then this is the base form. I almost wonder if I want to reset them a few levels. What if we started at level 5 instead of 7? What would that mean? Level 5 is a good level. I will think about that more later. That would give us more time to get to know the characters before they go off on their big adventure and fuck everything up. Maybe I set them back at level 3. I don't know. I'll have to talk to them about that. +1 to hit, +1 to damage. I have something else I want to say about this. Embedded in some part of the weapon. While it is transformed. This way they can still use the compass aspect of it while it's a weapon. This item is immune to non-magical damage. That way you can't just drop it and fuck up the campaign. That would be very funny. That would be really good. You get this cool magic item, you level it up. It's a powerful, crazy thing, and then final boss just walks up and slaps out of your hand and then drops to the ground and shatters. Oh, that'd be fun. Okay. I need to add under the orbital socket some more eyes. I'm really getting tired. Maybe I should call it. I feel like the quality of my commentary is just going downhill. You know what? Maybe let's switch it up. Let's do something else for a little bit. How do I close this? I'm like in full screen, and I don't know how to get out of full screen. And is it F12, F11, F12? No, I don't know. You know what? I will just shift it over to a spot I can't see it and hide it. There we go. Oh, you can still see it. Ah, shit. Shoot. Damn darn it. Best code 2. Gone. Y'all want to play some... Can I play Half Sword on stream? Can I stream Half Sword? I know I'm legally allowed to, I just don't know if I can show the gore. It looks like other people are showing the gore in this game. If Blurbs can play Half Sword, I can too. Is he modding this game? Yeah, I should be fine. Maybe. I don't know. Here, listen to music while I Look it up. No, I don't need to know if it's sinful to play Half Sword. I need to know if I can play it on Twitch. Thanks, Internet. List of prohibited games. Okay. Official ESRB ratings adults only. The game violates our community guidelines. Gratuitous gore or extreme violence. Oh my god. They just list a bunch of the games you can't play on Twitch. Some of these are really awful. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Oh, Jesus. I can't even read those names. Holy shit. I'm glad you couldn't see that. Anyway. I'll play it on like the less gore mode. And I gotta switch my category. Oh, it was set to just chatting the whole time? Oh, pisser. Well, now we're switching to Half Sword. Audience. I can't change my audience, so I guess that's funny. Mature rated game. There we go. Done. I think here we are. Just make sure it's not gonna like show my name or anything on this. It shouldn't. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. No password. Click on the game. Can you see it? Yeah. There we go. Okay. Cool. Title. Password. Bunkus. Cool. Bam. Okay. Something I do in this game that I'm sure people will not be thrilled about is I've updated the game to just max damage everyone. I think this is way more fun. This is like playing to first blood in fencing. Which is kind of how fencing is. Like if you can just get your opponent, stay winning. Oh, I can't adjust the Come on. Oh, he gave up. His shoulders hurt. I don't know why he gave up. This game is a ton of fun. If you play it on anything other than the free mode, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Because this is my most entertaining way to play the game. Because you get to pick the longsword, which is the best weapon, in my opinion. Oh, besides that one polearm that's really broken. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait. Can you actually hear the game audio? It doesn't sound like it. No, it said that the farmer was replaced. Half sword. Okay. Now you should be able to hear it. Yeah, there you go. Right on. Let's hope we get something a bit more interesting. Why are my opponents babies? Usually the opponents are much more like brazen. Like this guy. This guy's gonna go for it. He's gonna swing for the fences. It'll make it a bit more fun. Oh. And then this is the game of longsword. You thrust it. I found almost no reason to slash, right? If you thrust with a sprint, like if you cleverly time a sprint, you can get a good slash in. And then you just aim for the neck and the face. Occasionally your aim will slip low because I'm not locking on at all, and you'll get him like in the shoulder or something. But this is, you know, this is what's worth doing in this game. And then you just play, it's just a footwork game where you're like trying to rush in, wait for them to attack, counter. If you're actually in thrusting mode and you can move to either side, right? And it kind of acts as a parry. It's very much better than flailing the sword around into like through the different guards, because like these are all throwing you into different guards for the weapon, right? And obviously with the more armor, you have to do some more like advanced half sorting techniques, but this is nice because there's no pole arms, and it's all really low armor, right? You're just in Gambison. If that. And now this straight sword, this thrusting sword is not my favorite. I like the more it's not really a broad, well, it might be a broadsword, the kind of broad cutting edge on some of the swords is much nicer. You get a lot more slash out of the sword than thrust, which is nice if you're not like jabbing your weapon out there for a thrust, you know? You'll get a lot more use out of it. Oh, I can't adjust the music. Okay. Now let's do some cutting with our thrusting weapon. Oh, he's hurt. But if I'm not in a good defensive position, I'm still gonna get cut. Am I dead? I gotta be careful because there's a way that you can glitch your clothes off in this game, and I'm really not trying to go down that path. Stop just flailing the... It's not a lightsaber, jeez. There we go, finally. Oh. If you don't hold G down all the way, just cusses your opponent out, which is very funny. Ah. This guy's got a messer. Which means my hands are gonna get bloodied up. But if I'm good, I'll get him. I want to get good at throwing the weapons, just so I can like spike. Like, if I just run up and go bam and spike a weapon into someone, that's really funny. Give me my sword back. Oh shit, I'm out of weapon. All right, you know what that means. Get the hell out of here. I'm a winner. I stay winning. Mom didn't raise a quitter. He just threw his sword. Alright, are you ready to fight me? Oh, I got over him. Damn it. Why? My hands have stopped working. You know what that means. Oh, I aimed the wrong way. Oh. Okay. Should we do one of the challenge modes? Let's do the gauntlet mode. Randomized body. Obviously, with really low damage on, this is super easy. Let go of me, dummy. Oh jeez, we're getting into it. Why is my mouse not feel like it's working? If I start thinking things are gonna go south, I can always... Quit, come on. Can you give up? There we go. Alright, let's carnage. This mode is brutal. I have the weakest weapon. Which means I need to take one of their weapons. Give me this. Oh. Ah. No. Give me this. Pisser. What are you fucking doing? Why are you crouched down there? That's where I'm going, buddy. There we go. Got him. It's all about timing and knowing when to fight the Greta champion. Okay. Normally, you pick up the knife. Because the knife... Oh, I forgot that just doesn't start it. Okay, let's go. There we go. Got him. Let's go again. Come on, get it out. Can you quit? There we go. Bam. Okay, got him. Great champion. Okay, I need to not get blown out. Why won't it pick up the weapon? Okay, pick it up. Now. Okay. Oh. Well, at least I'm only unconscious. Ah. Come on. Stand in front of me like a man. Alright, I'm fading fast. Come on. Quit. There we go. Greta champion. Okay, this time, I gotta pick up this, but I also gotta pick up a helmet, because if I don't, I'll just get clonked on the head and die. I'm gonna turn around. Oh my gosh. Probably dead. Maybe we should have slash. My character is very injured. If I could like take his hand or something, that might work. But I need him to spend his tempo where I can even get in close. Even though I'm taking way more damage because he's so tall. Maybe just trip him over the candlestick. Maybe he'll die. He's moving really slow. Oh, tempo. Damn it. Alright, I got him again. That was slowed. Come on, just trip. Okay, he spent a tempo. Oh, he had a counter. Why does it feel so hard to hit? Feels like I'm not making damage. I can obviously tell that I'm doing something, but it's not like... He's doing so much more to me than I am to him. I can stand my ground. Probably not gonna work. Okay, tempo. He definitely hurt me. It's not my best. Trouble is if I run in now, I will just get clobbered. The helmet's the only thing keeping me alive at this point. Okay, I generated a tempo. I hurt his arm. I got his left arm off the weapon, but he can still use his right. I need to start baiting out more attacks. Okay, he's half starting. I got him on the ropes. Come on. Leg shot. Leg shot. Yes! Got him. Rank unlocked peasant. Now, something I didn't know when I played this originally is you can re-roll your... Oh. You can't re-roll your guy. I thought you could re-roll to a different weapon. Can I randomize gear? I can randomize gear there. Okay. This is the best weapon at peasant. And here you just play 1v1s and you just clobber people. Ooh, it's not good that he's got one of those. The only thing I do now is try to fight him. No need to get too fancy with it, just wait for him to make a mistake. Just don't die and wait for a mistake. Okay. Ooh, nice. Dodge. Now I should be ready for the final boss, the Great Champion, who also has a polearm, with I think slightly shorter reach than mine, so we'll see. I don't think I've ever fought or beaten this guy. Maybe I have once or twice. There we go. Commoner. Now. At Commoner, you know what I'm picking. I could pick something with a buckler. Maybe that'd be fun. Or I could pick the best sword in the game. Okay, that's not good. No! Oh, damn. Well. And now I must fight my way back up the ranks to achieve the title of, awesome, or something. Go away! That weapon's worse. I'm so sad. I couldn't even be a great champion. Come on now. Do you exist? Come on, quit it. I've already got a hat. Don't really need a hat when you already got one. Enemy. Emily. Give me my weapon back, dummy. Give me this back. There we go. Alright, was there anything in that pot? Oh, it's gone. Okay. Oh. Okay, I think I got him. And now we're back. Back to the land of the living. The land of the commoner. Thanks, Nightbot. Bam. Bam. Well, I got him. I just need to not mess it up. Call your stream. Just a reminder, everyone, please do not promote any Discords or external sites on Twitch or YouTube. Thank you. Okay. Oh my gosh. Well, let's just call it. Did you see me win like 5 of these in a row? I feel like the AI knows when to press in a bit more on Damn it. On the gauntlet mode. There we go. I think I got him. Okay, this guy's got a straight sword. Ah, I thought I had him. Didn't it look like I had him just then? Damn it. Right. Oh, I went back to the abyss. Okay. I gotta be 100% honest with the class. I don't want to play the abyss again. The game is very fun. The game loop of gauntlet mode is not my jam. Hi Snack, do you want to be on microphone? It's not even like 10 p.m. yet, it's not bedtime at all. We don't go to sleep till like 1 in the morning. What are you looking all sleepy for? Do you need my attention? Okay. Come on, go. Is it that you are somehow the heaviest creature on Earth when you want to be? Oh my goodness. Okay, buddy. Oh. Stop. You've got your claws in my belly, son. You've got your claws in my belly, son. Stop it. Hey, what do you say? What do you say? Can you say sorry? Oh. No? Can you say sorry, buddy? Yeah, I wish I could show you Snack more on camera. He's so freaking adorable. And really funny. Oh. Funny in the way that, like, your house burning down is funny, though. Well, maybe not so, like, traumatic. He's funny in the way that dropping a glass on the floor is funny. Like, that was kind of a pain in the ass that I dropped the glass on the floor. But watching the milk go everywhere was hilarious. You know? No one understands that emotion. Okay, I'm going to quit the desktop. I am suddenly very hungry as well. Which is concerning. Do I just jump back into D&D? I do want to cook more in D&D. Nah, I'm going to grab some food. All right, thanks everyone for hanging out. I'm going to call it a day here. Yeah, I will be back probably tomorrow. My plan is to start streaming just a ton more. I'm going to try for every day. Obviously, well, I guess not obviously for you. Obviously for me, I can't do Friday because of Magic, and I probably can't do Saturday because of D&D. So there's going to be 2 days I just can't stream for the most part. Maybe I give you something in the morning on Saturday, but we'll see. Thanks for hanging out, everyone who did. Next time, I'm gonna leave this question Q&A post up, and I'm going to peel questions off it. I don't know how to gain more engagement on that stuff. Sometimes I post community posts and there's like a ton of engagement. Sometimes just not at all. I don't know how the algorithm works there. I am going to go eat though, and I'm probably gonna maybe edit a video. I want to edit some more videos because I haven't put out a video since. What's the last video I made? Last year in November. Yeah, I should definitely start putting out more